Hey guys, what's going on? So I just wanted to do a follow-up video of what I posted about today, which was the Battle of Antietam. Now, I am by no means a Civil War expert. I am interested in it, I'm fascinated by it. I know some things, but a historian of the Civil War, I am not. But I am a historian, so we're gonna go with this. So I've noticed a lot lately that people are loving to cherry pick history. They love to be like, this event happened, it came out of nowhere, we have to pay attention to it without paying attention to all the other events that may have led up to that event or any event that happened afterwards. So they take this event, they're like, it fits into my narrative, look how snug it is there, and then they just leave it be. History doesn't work like that, guys. It doesn't, it's not like that. It's a continuation, and the more we study it, the more, we like to say history repeats itself, right? And there are patterns of history. And the real pattern that we see is that man is two things: the ultimate destroyer and the ultimate creator. And we like to just go back and forth between the two without maybe finding some middle ground, or just looking into creation instead of destruction. I don't know. Anyway, so back to Antietam. So Antietam, the battle was fought, Robert E. Lee moved his troops up and McClellan moved his troops down, and they were prepared to battle. Lee lost his news, like he had a plan and everything, so McClellan pounced on that. Anyway, there's a lot of stories behind it. Leading up to the Battle of Antietam, the Republicans and the Democrats were fighting in Congress because, surprise, surprise, it was an election year. So the Democrats took the stance of anti-war, and the Republicans still try to push through. Now, keep in mind that the Confederacy was not part of this. They had their 11 states that they seceded from the Union. Anyway, maybe you know this, maybe you want to do your own research and everything else like that. So, pivotal battle. September comes around, Lee moves his troops north, McClellan situates his troops on the other side of the creek, and they prepare for battle. And in the morning of September 17th, 1862, let's also keep in mind, before this battle begins, that our dear president, Abraham Lincoln, who denied the emancipation of slaves for 2 years before this happened, debated whether or not he wanted to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, knowing that it might not have been able to be followed through on. Anyway, so all of this is happening. They go into battle, and shots ring out at dawn, and over the course of the day, it becomes the bloodiest battle in American history. 23,000 men are wounded, and I think it's like 3,000 to 4,000 died. And so you have this battlefield, these 30 acres of a cornfield that these people are fighting over, and they're fighting over so many things: states' rights, slavery, freedom, all of these things. And after the death of all those people, nobody won. Nobody won, and it was a stalemate. And so 2 years ago, I went to Antietam. There's a point of this. There's a tremendous point of this. And I went to Antietam and I slept. I camped out on one side of the creek the night before, and I walked the battleground the next day. And it had snowed that day as well. It had snowed the night before. And as I walked along Bloody Lane, which is what it was called, it was slushy. There was puddles of mud and melted snow, and it got called Bloody Lane because of the amount of blood that was shed in that day. And the sick, twisted, morbid side of me thought about that as I slushed through that Bloody Lane and just was haunted by what happened here. Now, what else also happened here was that people came to watch. They set up their little picnics. They brought their families to watch a battle. They were, further away and everything, but they watched this happen. They watched men kill each other for so many reasons that most people are still arguing about to this day. They watched. And then we had Alexander Gardner come in afterwards and take photographs, and he had to sit there for minutes and minutes and minutes to get the right exposure. Otherwise it would be blurry, like most of history still is. So what I'm getting to is that a lot of conversations happening online are extremely, they're extreme. You know, it's just one side or the other, and nobody's looking to meet in the middle. And the people that are calling out for moderation are being ostracized. They're being told to be quiet or anything. And what I'm getting at is that people aren't saying to be moderate or to seek any kind of middle ground because they want everything to just stop and go away, that they don't understand what is happening on one side or what is happening on the other. It is because they know what can happen if we allow ourselves to go to one extreme or the other. So what I'm getting at is that what we're witnessing now, what we're witnessing throughout all of history, and when we cherry pick, is that we fail to see that the same things that happened in 1863 are still happening to this day. So you can just knock down Confederate monuments. You can just, you know, you can destroy these ideas of the colonizers or anything else like that. You can try to erase certain parts of history, but that's going to make it repeat more, because we have to move from the violence that man is so prone to and make our way to something else, because I'm sick of watching man be the ultimate destroyer. Because you know what? Destruction's fucking easy. I can knock shit down. I can break things apart. It is easy. Creating is hard, which is why I haven't written in 3 months. That's another story. But seriously, we have not stopped fighting the Civil War. We have not stopped fighting with one another. We have not stopped pointing fingers and saying, you're right, you're wrong, we're this, we're that. And until we actually come together, we will fall divided, because we are not standing united. We never have. And, you know, maybe I hope that we will, or maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore, because basically what I'm trying to say is stop cherry picking history. Stop using historical events as a singular event and not a series of events that have led us to where we are today. Research, read, pick up a book, tell people about the book that you read, and tell people that we could find another way. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep on seeing this over and over and over and over again. And I think most people don't wanna see it anymore. We can't. We wanna witness something different, something new. Not the new that other people are talking about, but just something better than what we are doing, because we will continue to repeat this history. We will continue to return to the past only to find it in our present. And just read a book, guys. Study. Go visit places that things happen to have a better understanding of it. Don't just think that by reading an article that's your understanding of something. Talk to people. Learn history. And we're so good at destroying. Maybe it's time to be good at something else. Have a good day, guys. See you around.